Okay, so we're going to begin Gimel Iyar. We know, might have Rabbi said, that because there's two types of ahava. The tzad hashava, the constant in all ahava, is that the way you reveal ahava is through his bonus. You meditate in the greatness of Hashem and you reveal avas Hashem. The question is only whether his bonus is creating a midah shabalev. Your meditation brings out the feeling of the heart, or your meditation is revealing your neshama. The difference is, if your meditation is revealing your heart, every person is different. If your meditation is revealing the way your neshama is already one with the Eibishter, this is the same by all Yidden. And this is what he decided to talk about in this Perek Mem Daled. On the very first line on Samach Gimel Amrav, Shaval L'chol Nefesh Mi Yisrael, because V'yiru Shalom Yavesein. So on Friday's Shir, we learned this Madrega Nafshi V'esicha Balayla, which is called in many places in Chassidus Kehu Chayachal. You realize the Eibishter Pasha gives you life. So you want Chayim Amitim, you want life, what life really is, as opposed to what life is not. Now we're going to have a different Hisbanus to be Me'ered Ahava, and again it's Shavuot L'chol Nefesh Mi Yisrael because Yerushalayim Yaviseinu, and it's called what is it? We'll see it inside. There's even a greater and a higher love than the Inyan of Ava of Nafshi V'sicha, which we learned yesterday. It's also concealed in the souls of every single Jew, which is inheritance from our Hedek Avos. Now in Tanya Perek we also had even Ava Mesuteres, and Ava Mesuteres was a Pintel Yid. But here he specifically explains which characteristic of the Pintel Yid he's referencing. This is a Zayar, in Aymehem, which is mentioned in Tanya Perek Yud, that was again mentioned in Tanya Perek Mem Aleph. And he quotes, Kibra, like a son, that he's making every effort on behalf of his father and his mother, that he loves them, more than his own body, and his nefesh, and his ruach, and etc., his neshama. And every Jew loves Hashem as his son loves his father. And there's a madreg in our neshama that a love for the Eibishter is so special that we want to be Meis Nefesh. Put Hashem before ourselves. The Eibishter is the father of every Jew. And therefore every Jew in his neshama has the possibility to have this ahava. Now this is the madreg of Ben, which we had in Tanya Perek Mem Aleph. And what's the pshat madreg of Ben, where I'm serving Hashem, so to speak, to do Hashem a favor. As I explained to you at length, but the nekuda is, most of us serve Hashem adayte denafshei. Why am I serving Hashem? So my neshama should come closer to the Eibishter. The second madrege is lishma, where I'm serving the Eibishter for the sake of the Eibishter. I'm learning Torah to connect the Torah with Ein Sof. I'm doing mitzvahs to connect Shechina with Kudsha Brichu, right? The makar of mitzvahs. The Ramach Evrim with Ein Sof. We mamshach Ein Sof in Sfiras Avatzilas. And the Alter Rebbe says in Tanya Perek Yud, this is a madrege of a tzaddik gomor. Because if you're not a tzaddik gomor, you're still holding by the madrega of adayte denafshei. Adayte denafshei means you're doing Yiddishkeit to connect yourself to the Eibishter. A tzaddik gomor who's already davuk with the Eibishter, his aveda is the to bring a lakus down, to make a yichud with between Shechina and Kodesh Brichu, between Torah and Ein Sof. So the shaila is, the Alter Rebbe says here that every Jew has this madrega of being a child who loves Hashem more than loves himself. So he says, Va'af, and even though, which person is it? Ve'ezehu, and which man is it? Asher Arav Liba, who has the chutzpah, who has the courage, La Geshes, to approach, La Asik, to reach, Afilu Chelik Achat Min Yelef, even 1,000th, Mimadreges Avas Rai Mehem, the love of Moshe Rabbeinu, and this vice too is the madreg of Moshe Rabbeinu. The Moshe Rabbeinu loved Koyachal the Eibishter more than himself, because he was a Merkavat HaLakus, and even higher than that. So Mela, this madreg of a Yid doing Yiddishkeit not for himself but for the Eibishter is completely not realistic for Anoshim Kerikeinu. So why does the Alter Rebbe say it? So he says, Mikom Makom, nevertheless. Efes Katseyu. V'Shem etz mimenu, a small edge of it, and a tiny sliver of it. Merav Tuve Ve'erev, from the great goodness and light, which was Moshe Rabbeinu's madrege, that Moshe Rabbeinu loved the Eibishter more than he loved himself. May it L'Klolos Yisrael radiates to the Yidden to the Jewish people in a state of klal. As again, the key is, as Pratim we have no shaychus to this, but b'shem Kol Yisrael, as part of the Klolos Yisrael, we have a shaychus to this avodah as well. And again, Chassidim would immediately add, what's main Klolos Yisrael, even Anasi hu Akel, that when the Yid is connected to the Rebbe, and the Rebbe has a shaychus to this madrege, so we also have a shaychus to this madrege. B'chol der v'der, in every generation, which costs a b'tikunim, it says in Zayar, there's an expansion of the presence of Moshe Rabbeinu. B'chol dar v'der, in each generation, which goes on the Nesiim, the Tzadikim, the Rashi b'nei Yisrael shebederam. To give us lichtigkeit and so forth. And therefore, even though we by ourselves, at the very best, serve the Eibishter attached the nafshe, we learn to do mitzvahs that we should become attached to the Eibishter, but as parts of Klolos Yisrael, and again, in the Chassidish Sprach, because of the presence of Nasi, Hu Hakel, we have a connection to the Madrega of Moshe Rabbeinu, where Kvayachal, we place Hashem and Hashem's interest before our own. Rakin is only. Shaharazu, this little bit of light, which makes it possible for a Yid to be holding in the Madrega of Moshe Rabbeinu. Now this Madrega of Moshe Rabbeinu is not in Lagabe Moshe Melsa Zutra Sehiyira. This Madrega of Moshe Rabbeinu is the infant Ava, Ben. Moshe Rabbeinu was a son to the Eibishter, and therefore he put Hashem's interest before his own. He says, and by us, this Madrega is very hidden. It's very concealed and very hidden. But if us called Beis Yisrael and the souls of all Jewish people, because we're not Moshe Rabbeinu, and therefore, to bring forward this love, Hamasuteres, which is concealed, from a hidden and concealed state, and to a revealed state. Should be revealed in a person's heart, and at the very least in a person's mind, that he should love Hashem and place Hashem before himself. I mean, if I can give you a modern day example, the whole idea of shlichus and miftzayim, right? The Veltainet. I never spoke about it many times. First make yourself. Kshet means emes. First make yourself beautiful. Kshet is lashon kishutin, and then kshet acherim. And in other words, first be a mensch yourself. Don't go be a makal of other people. If you're makal of other people, you come a yid. In other words, first adaita the nafshe, then you'll hold by the madrega of lishma. Because of Moshe Rabbeinu, we have a shaychas this as well. And he says, it's like the Rebbe in the place for it's not wondrous, it's not distant. He is it from us to experience this ava of Ben. It's very near. In one's mouth, which is limud. In one's heart, which is his bonanus. This means, in other words, that a person should acclimate himself in his lips and his voice. To arouse feelings in the heart, to make in his mind. To delve deeply with his thought. In the greatness of the Eibishter. He's our Father, Mamish. The source of our life. And therefore, to develop a love for Hashem, like a son loves his father. And then he says, Tamid, if one acclimates himself, one gets himself accustomed to viewing the Eibush as his father all the time, hergel acclamation becomes one's second nature, and it's realistic for a Yid to view the Eibush as his father. And then, once you view the Eibush as your father, then you could ask yourself, not what do I need as a Yid, what does the Eibush need from me as a Yid, which is a whole different priority. And this is nishke pashta madregem. The Alter Rebbe says here, a Jew should view the Eibush as his father, even if you don't do anything about it. That a Yid should take a feel the Eibush is Avinu. In the previous shtikele, yesterday's shir, the Alter Rebbe said you should view the Eibush as Chayenu, he's my neshama, which is easy to relate to because we all know we have a neshama, we all know how dependent we are on neshama. But to look at the Eibush as our father and that I am his child and therefore I should put his interest before my own is a awesome madrega. And Alter Rebbe says it's not so hard, but you have to just do it constantly. And of course the reason this is realistic. This is Shalei Be'erkeinu. In other words, a Yid can't he could love the Eibush and a Madrega of Avaselim, telling him view the Eibush as your father. The difference is viewing Hashem as your father is a much higher Madrega. But even though it's much higher Madrega, it's part of your neshama. And since it's part of your neshama, and B'Shem Kolos Yisrael, as part of Kolos Yisrael, you can have a shaychas this as well. This is the second ahava, which you reveal through his bonus, but it's not in Perek Mandal. But it's not the pshat that his bonus is revealing, creating the ava. This bonus is revealing the pimis and the